everywhere I've been traveling lately, and I mean traveling with on digitally and traveling, um, physically to different parts of the world. I'm noticing something that is definitely crept in to the consciousness, and that is a sense of defeat. I talk to a lot of people that already seem to have given up any hope or confidence or faith that we can turn this ship humanity around, or that we can actually make the kind of changes that will be needed in order for all of us to live an abundant and prosperous life, and for everyone to live in safety and to live in dignity. Everyone, so many people have already just like thrown in the towel, as if the game is over, as if it's already done. There's this beautiful part of the human story, the underdog story, which is, I think, something that many of us have forgotten: the power of the comeback, the power of the rebound, the power of getting up, dusting ourselves off, and trying again. Like the song says, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Try again, right? Like, what are we doing here, people? I can't believe that people are like, oh, it's never going to happen. We're never going to be able to have a democracy that works for us. We'll never be able to have a fair distribution of income where people can work hard and achieve and have amazing, really personal journeys that lead to a lot of wealth, but that nobody actually gets left in the dust. We're just like, we can't do it. It can't be done. It's not even worth trying. Why vote? Why try? Why care? Why engage? Right? And everyone's just given up already. And I know not everyone, but I know I'm talking to a few of you that are probably cheering right now and pumping your fists in the air because you feel like I do that, hey, we have a real chance here, people. We have a real opportunity to create a better future, not just for our children, or if we don't have kids, for our, the people that we know, but for all of humanity, right? We have this view that somehow it's impossible to get everyone to care about other people in the world. It's impossible to overcome these conflicts between people over religion or geography or whatever. It's like, it's so crazy to me that having a full 24 hours each day, 365 days per year, that we think that we should just stop, right? And of course, to my grandparents and the senior people who are like, hey, bro, I'm on my way out, like, fair play, but maybe you have something left in you too. Maybe there's some wisdom that you haven't shared that could make a difference. So even if you are in the senior category, even if you are towards the end of your line, there's a role for you here too. And if you think about children for a minute, they're the ones who actually have the optimism. As we get older and older, and I had a conversation last week with a 20-year-old young woman at a birthday party of a friend of mine. And, she was really telling me that, like, there's a bit of a mixed bag with her generation. Some people are very positive and hopeful, and other people have already given up. So I know that it is permeating down into younger and younger levels. But as a parent of a 7-year-old, I don't see any of that in my son. He is pumped. He is pumped for the future. He can't wait to what he creates and what he learns and how, much opportunity he gets to travel or see the world, or in his world, he wants to go, into space and outside the world. So, he really is hopeful and excited. And it reminds me of how I felt as a kid too. And I felt that as well. That sense of like, yeah, like we're alive. Come on, let's go. And I wanted to jump on here today just to say that, just to say that, hey, stop with the defeatism. Stop with we've already lost, tail between our legs. Let's get our backs up. Let's get the tails up here, people, right? We're the human collective. We are so powerful together. We are so powerful as a species and as a collective and as divine representatives. And all of that stuff, as magicians and wizards and warriors and witches and everybody. I mean, we're just fucking powerful. We're powerful. And I absolutely refuse to give in to despair or give in to pessimism at a time like this. Hell no. Hell no. What are we supposed to be doing here? This is what we've been trained for. This is what we've been raised for. These moments, these big dramatic moments where the whole balance of history can change. This is it, my friends. What are we doing if not putting our freaking shoulders into the opportunity and into the challenge and being like, we may win, we may lose, we may fail, but we will not give up. We will not just sit back and go, oh, okay, well, the oligarchs can't do nothing about it. Like, come on, people. We have an opportunity here. This is an opportunity for immense change. This is an opportunity that shifts the world into a new and positive direction that we've never even dreamed possible. This is it now. This is it. Look at the buffoonery around you. Look at the freaking circus clowns that are so-called running the show right now. If these boners can get up there in the most highest positions and be having the keys to power in all these different countries and businesses, if these ridiculous, absolutely clownish people are able to rise to this height with no skill and no moral compass and no sense of who they are and just greedy, power-hungry motherfuckers. If they're able to get where they are, then there's no reason for us, for me, to you, to not start that freaking project, to not unite with your neighbors and talk about what we can do differently and make opportunities for change. We can't rely on the politicians. We can't rely on the traditional leaders to help us. They're the ones that got us into this goddamn mess with our mostly grateful and very, very blind support. So I'm not letting us off the hook either. Absolutely not. We have a role to play. We have things to do, and we have responsibilities. And we don't have the luxury of despair right now. We don't have the luxury of pessimism, of giving up. We don't have that luxury. Too many people are being destroyed and murdered and genocided and all of those things right now. We don't have the luxury of that despair. And if you have a moment to feel deeply in despair, and if you have months and weeks and years to feel that, then you are the most privileged of our people right now, because there are people that cannot even go 1 minute without being tormented or tortured or made to suffer or made to struggle. So there are people in the world that cannot and don't have that time to even feel that level of pessimism. And so for the rest of us who are not in those positions, we owe it to ourselves, but we owe it to them to make sure we don't give up, to make sure that we don't let the candle out, to make sure that we don't stop on our sacred path to make this planet what it should be. Peace.